So now that we've showed you an example of an email campaign that encourages members to upgrade their memberships, let's go over how we can implement a system for managing the payments from our members. There are three main components to a revenue management system on Salesforce. First, there's the Salesforce platform itself. This will be your source of truth for your members, their membership details, and their payments. Second is the membership solution, and this will typically be an application that you'll install in your Salesforce org from the Salesforce App Exchange. Apps allow you to extend the functionality of your Salesforce org and integrate it with other systems. Third is the payment gateway. The membership solution will be integrated with a payment gateway. It's worth pointing out that the reason why you need both a membership solution and a payment gateway is that payment gateways are essentially back-end systems for processing transactions. They don't know how those processed transactions should appear in Salesforce. This is where the membership solution comes in. With that said, there are three steps you need to go through as an organization in order to implement a system for managing your membership payments. Step one is planning and gathering requirements. As part of this step, you need to determine your requirements and expectations from the system. Step two is choosing a membership solution. This is where you'd be investigating possible options on the App Exchange and trying to find one that meets your requirements. Finally, step three is choosing a payment gateway. Most membership solutions, particularly the ones that we'll be recommending later on in this segment, integrate with several payment gateways. The choice of payment gateway will typically be made after picking a membership solution. Let's go through each step in more detail. When gathering your requirements for a membership solution, there are three types of requirements that you should consider. Number one are your core payment features. So what payment types will you be accepting? These could be donations, membership payments, subscription payments, etc. What payment methods do you want to support? So examples are credit card, direct debit, PayPal. Number two, invoicing and presentation features. Do you need the ability to generate annual statements? Do you need invoicing capabilities? And number three, advanced features. So these are things like, do you need support for installment payments or allowing members to view their membership status through a community? Once you've gathered your requirements, the next step is to choose a membership solution. This is a decision that you need to make based on, first, whether it meets the requirements you gathered. Second, the cost of the solution, which will consist of the implementation cost, the licensing fees, and potentially transaction fees. And number three, vendor-related considerations. So what are the support hours and methods provided by the vendor of the solution? Do they provide comprehensive documentation on their membership solution? Do they frequently update it? Some additional tips for choosing a membership solution. One, you can reach out to the vendors of these solutions for a demo. They're typically happy to organize this. Two, most of the membership solutions on Salesforce offer trials which you can take advantage of. You can install it in your sandbox, you can get hands-on with the system and try different things out. Three, you can reach out to your communities for recommendations and to learn about others' experiences. So Salesforce user groups, for example, are an excellent place for this. Additionally, if you're a nonprofit or educational institution, you could use the Power of Us Hub. Four, consider that not all requirements have to be met by a single app. For instance, invoice and annual statement generation can be managed by a dedicated document generation app, although bear in mind that this can introduce additional complexity and cost. And five, if you're a nonprofit or educational institution, you can ask the vendor if they offer a discount. Before we move on to the next step, which is choosing a payment gateway, I'd just like to give you a brief overview of 4 membership solutions for Salesforce, which we recommend. Bear in mind that each of these options have their advantages and disadvantages, but they all run natively on Salesforce, support processing transactions with dummy credit card details for testing purposes. They integrate with several payment gateways. They support recurring payments and subscriptions. And they support taking payments from and associating them with most objects in Salesforce. So the first one is Blackthorn Payments. The key features of this one are it has a simple setup process, has excellent help documentation, it supports invoice generation. It has integrations with some accounting systems, namely Accounting Seed and QuickBooks, and they also have an integration with Xero in the works, which is a popular option in Australia. They also support custom API integrations, and that's useful if you want unlimited flexibility with building your payment forms. Second one is Chargent. Now, they've been around since 2009, and they're the most popular payments app on the Salesforce App Exchange based on number of reviews. They also support custom API integrations, And they have a native form assembly integration. Form assembly is another third-party application that allows you to declaratively, using point and click, build rich forms. So Chargent will allow you to build as many forms as you like through form assembly. And also Chargent provides phone support with all of their plans. Third is Payment Center. So key features of Payment Center include built-in invoicing and PDF receipting, native integration with a couple of accounting systems, custom API integrations, and they provide components for Salesforce communities. So you can give members the ability to make payment through a portal while logged in. And finally, Payments to Us. So the key features of Payments to Us are that it includes many useful post-processing features out of the box. So for instance, matching to contacts, creating opportunities, so on. It has many useful features for nonprofits out of the box. It has built-in PDF receipting. It's an economical option, particularly for low to mid volumes of transactions. And finally, they have an Australian-based team. Once you've chosen a membership solution, the next step is to choose a payment gateway. This is a decision that you need to make based on, first, whether it meets the requirements you gathered. For example, does it support the payment methods you'd like to support? Second, whether there are any existing payment gateways in your organization that you can use. And you might want to consider this because it can be a lot easier and faster to use your existing account with a payment gateway instead of signing up for a new one. Third is the cost of the solution. Virtually all payment gateways are going to have transaction fees, and typically they don't have licensing fees. Fourth are vendor-related considerations again. And what are the support hours and methods provided by the vendor of the gateway? Do they provide comprehensive documentation? Things like that. It's worth mentioning that there are hundreds of payment gateways out there, and they all primarily do the same thing, which is processing payments. So instead of recommending a few payment gateways, I'd like to go over 3 noteworthy options that offer unique benefits. So the first one is Stripe, and the key features of Stripe are that it's one of the most popular payment gateways in the world, and thus it integrates with most systems that support payment processing. And also it has some of the lowest transaction fees among payment gateways. Second is PayPal. PayPal is one of the most popular online payment systems in the world, and it allows you to make payments without having to enter credit card or bank account details. So it's not just a payment gateway, it's much more than that. And third, Easy Debit. Easy Debit is an ANZ-based company that support automated direct debit transactions, which can be really convenient. So you don't have to do manual exports and imports into Salesforce. So it's time for the live demo. We'll be using Chargent in this demo because it's one of the most commonly used solutions of its kind for Salesforce. The first thing I'd like to demo is how simple it is for a new member to sign up for a membership. So here we have a very simple membership registration page. And down here, we have a form for signing up for the membership. So I'm just going to enter my details. David Blaine, New South Wales, address. You can see I have different membership options: Novice, Mastery, and Awakened. There's a free option. And if I choose the free option, I don't have to enter my payment details. If I choose one of the paid options, then the form asks me for my payment details. Additionally, the form gives me the option to make an additional one-time donation if I wanted to. In terms of payment methods, this form supports credit card and bank. So I'm going to choose credit card as the payment method. I'm going to leave the payment frequency as monthly, and I've chosen Mastery as the membership level. So I'm going to enter my test credit card details here. I'm going to press Submit. I'm going to give this a moment to process the transaction. And what this is doing in the background is it's integrated with Salesforce and Chargent. So it's automatically creating the contact in Salesforce and the transaction and opportunity for them, which I'll show you momentarily. So that's done. Thank you for registering. I'm going to switch over to Salesforce. I'm going to refresh this list of new members. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So you can see here, a new member was just created, 9:34 a.m., David Blaine. I'm going to click into his contact record. You can see the details that he entered. You can see his membership status is current, membership type is Mastery, the one he selected. Start date has been set to today. and some additional, his email, his mailing address. I'm going to move over to the payments tab, and you can see that the integration automatically created an opportunity for their membership payment of $500, and that's the charge in transaction, and the charge in order, which represents their membership. The second thing I'm going to demo is an existing novice member, which is the free membership tier, upgrading to a paid membership tier. So for that, I'm going to be using Sue-Ann. So you can see Sue-Ann is already an existing member in the system. We have her contact record here. Her membership type is novice. Sue-Ann received an email in the morning letting her know that she can upgrade her membership to the next level, which is mastery. So she clicks on this button to upgrade her membership, and she's taken it to a simplified version of the form. You can see it doesn't ask for the address. It comes pre-populated with her details, and it doesn't show her the free option because she's already a free member. It's automatically selected mastery for her because that's the tier that we're looking to upgrade her to. Payment method I'm going to leave as credit card, monthly. I'm going to enter some credit card details. And I'm going to press submit. So let's see what happens once this payment has been processed. Move this over. Thank you for upgrading. I'm going to go back to Sue-Ann's record, and you can see she's novice. So I'm going to do a refresh. And scroll down again to the membership details section. And you can see your membership type has been upgraded to mastery. And if I go to her payment section, just like we saw for David, now I can see her membership payment. I can see that transaction, which was made just now, and I can see her existing order. Now, finally, I'd like to quickly show you a rich and real-time membership dashboard. Here we go. So this dashboard shows us the number of new members this week. You can see 6. It shows us line by line the new member registrations, and you can see it doesn't show David Blaine just yet. So I'll just do a refresh. And you can see in real time it updated to 7, and David Blaine appears there. Mastery. He just signed up. We can see the total number of current members against our targets. We can see all current members segmented by membership type. We have additional details about all members segmented by type and status. And then finally down here, we have the number of member registrations by calendar year. So this concludes the revenue management track.